Community Mindfulness is a weekly 20-minute videocast of guided mindfulness practice. I'm the volunteer leader, Andrea Marion, yoga and mindfulness teacher since 2004. I live and work in Burlington, Vermont. So how does community mindfulness work? Well, you sit quietly and do very little, actually. Follow the suggestions that I give or practice what feels comfortable to you. A focus on the breathing or notice thoughts and let them go. In this non-doing, a natural receptive capacity for awareness and joy arises, however subtle or small. We start to notice that it feels good to be in the present, connected to what's happening. With practice, it's like blowing on a small flame. Mindfulness in everyday living gets stronger and stronger, and we are lucky to have this capacity that builds and supports safety, freedom, peacefulness, and well-being for ourselves and others. There's a sweetness, joy, and beauty in the moment. So let's begin. Welcome to Community Mindfulness, sponsored by CCTV and Town Meeting TV. Thank you for hosting us, and welcome everyone. And this week we are talking about the beckoning of mindfulness, how within each of us there is um, a natural leading, a natural attraction to being present. And that is actually where we are most happy and most comfortable in the present. So let's start our practice. We'll have about 20 minutes of practice. And then in our live session, we have a discussion afterwards. If you're interested in the live session and the discussions, you can email me at andreamarion193@gmail.com or make some comments in the playlist section. So let's settle in first, and you can close your eyes gently or cast your gaze down. And what that does is start to diminish the distractions of the outside world. And then, of course, we have the distractions of the inside world. And those we deal with by quietly and calmly noticing our posture. It's as if we come home to a place of sitting so that we can relax. And mindfulness, practice of mindfulness can first of all be kind of like I can be quiet and still for a few moments right now. So notice the stillness in your body. And if there's any pleasant flavor to that stillness, because you are so with it and so aware of it, because you are paying attention to it, you are on the path of stillness for the period of this mindfulness practice. So notice that your body is still. And if there's any relaxation in that. And then we're going to use image and take a journey. And you can also, if image thought is difficult for you, you can sort of narrate this a little story. I want you to imagine a path, a pathway. And it could be on a cliff overlooking the sea. It could be through the woods. It could be the path that your own footsteps make in the sand at the edge of the water. Just imagine yourself, see yourself, or tell yourself that you are on a path. And stay with that image or that story. I'm on a path. There are trees around, or there are mountains around. And just for a few minutes, narrate or watch the movie of yourself on this path. And just because you can choose here, we're manifesting, make it a pleasant path. Bring yourself back to this path if your mind wanders. And know that you are all connected in being on a path. Even if it's just you there that you're seeing or narrating. All beings are on a path. Now, first notice specific objects on your path. I see that tree, that leaf, that ripple of water, that rock, that bee on the flower, that dandelion. And let anything on your path arise in your mind. Perhaps there's even another person that passes on your path. But be very specific with your focus. What arises to your mind along this pathway? Again, if your mind wanders, bring it back to any specific objects on this path, any specific beings. Very good. Now change your focus from the very specific to the more global. You're still on this path, but you feel a sense of, perhaps there's a sense of well-being as you move along, a sense of warmth of sun on your shoulders or coolness, cool breeze on your face. A sense of wholeness, a sense of gathering yourself. You're still moving on a pathway, but your awareness has become expansive. Maybe you see or feel the distant sky, the very tops of the trees and beyond, the depths of the lake or ocean. And let your mind be occupied by the largeness, the spaciousness, the expansiveness along your path, rather than each blade of grass, which is there, or each tree branch or leaf or drop of water. It's just a different texture or feel to where you're putting your attention. Stay with this feeling of expansiveness. And see if the expansiveness can melt any of the tension that might be around thinking or tension in the body. There's just a softness, a fuzziness. And let this lack of tension, this expansiveness around you also be within you. A softness, a gathering together. A place that's not fractured or fragmented by all kinds of different thoughts or ideas or beliefs, but something that is more whole and spacious. And within you, it can even be this wholeness, this gentleness, this openness can be in a very small space. It can be located in your heart or your belly or your throat. So maybe there's a sense of this is a good place to be. In this place of where there's not tension or tight thinking, there's not any confinement, there's just a relaxed spaciousness inside and outside. It's so easy to feel very hemmed in by all we have to do and all that is happening in the world. And yet there is this aspect of mindfulness that beckons us to a spacious, open place within that we can then tread with every step on our path. And we know we are connected in this with all beings, and that just tuning into it is a benefit to our well-being as well as all others. And then if the external path has completely drifted away, bring it back. And as you walk on this path, begin to focus on breathing. The inhale of all the spaciousness and wholeness around you to meet the spaciousness and wholeness within. And then the exhale where all your wholeness and spaciousness meets that which is around you. And there becomes less a sense of I, me, or my, and more a sense of everythingness. And if that lacks groundedness for you, then just ground yourself in the breath, the very real and constant inhale and exhale. For this sense, this path of mindfulness that beckons us is both grounded in our bodies and in our breath, and spacious and expansive and connected to all others. So we can focus on that which we need at the moment. Focusing now on the breath to finish the practice, the very specific inhale and exhale that also has a very expansive and spacious quality to it. You can enjoy both. You can have both. And then we'll count backward from 5 to 1 and finish our practice. Taking 5 breaths to do that. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And you can open your eyes and move and finish your mindfulness practice. And thank you for joining us.